Condominium living isn't like other forms of home ownership. There are common expenses that individuals have to contribute to. There are shared resources, shared common spaces, and so it's not surprising that in that kind of living environment, issues will arise and there can be conflicts between neighbors. So the Condominium Authority of Ontario was mandated through legislation following a comprehensive consultation with the sector to provide services to help them solve their problems early, and where they couldn't be resolved, to provide them with their own Condominium Authority Tribunal. The Board of Directors of the CAO considered the legislative mandate and set a bold vision for the organization. We knew we had to be innovative and move quickly. We had a timeline of just under a year. We knew that our services had to be fair, quick, accessible, and affordable. The entire service would be offered online. To realize the vision, a small expert team was recruited, and they were empowered to act like leaders. We had to be focused on the specific services in our mandate. And all individuals were guided by a set of core values: trust, collaboration, leadership, and diversity. We knew that all perspectives coming to the table would result in a better and faster and innovative solution. We worked diligently every day, focused on the deliverables to meet the timelines that were set before us.
I think in the case of the CAO, there was a strong commitment to create a tribunal that operated differently. It's a first of a kind right across North America that covers all the areas that would be involved in a typical tribunal operation, but it's entirely online. Online, you're allowed to deal with matters right away. You can try to negotiate, ultimately you can mediate, and finally you can end up with an adjudication.
I was particularly impressed that they sought to do that not by assuming they knew all the answers, but with a real openness to canvass a reference group of experts, to try to find proxies for those user groups, to really be an open and learning organization. Cyber Justice's partners throughout different law schools and in different government agencies around the country gave a national focus to this initiative in Ontario. So it might be at home, might be at work, might be on our phone, might be on a computer, a tablet, but wherever you are and wherever you have the time to access how to solve that problem is where the tribunal should be. And that's a radical idea for public administration, certainly for the justice system. And here I'm thinking of self-help tools, rather than treat the dispute resolution as the start of when a tribunal gets involved. See this kind of end-to-end life cycle, a whole ecosystem of solutions that you can access from anywhere at any time. It might be just better understanding what your rights are, better able to interpret the legislation, and how differences of opinion sometimes are just about misunderstandings about what someone wants, what they're entitled to, what the legislation provides, how to get access to condo bylaws or other key documents, and all of that is part and parcel of the CAT approach.
We didn't want users to think that this was a process that was happening to them. We wanted them to be involved in the dispute, and studies and research has shown that users tend to be happier when they've had an input in the outcome. We wanted the users to have full opportunity throughout the process to give their input and their position and make themselves heard. So the way we've structured it, there's constant interaction between the member and the users. It doesn't all take place on one day within the confines of the hearing room. You have free access to that member for as long as your case is going on. The accessibility component and the online service delivery is really important to the CAO. Everybody, regardless of your income level, your education level, your familiarity with condo law, your familiarity with online system, could access and use the service and could get a benefit out of it. We don't want these disputes to be lingering for years. If there's a problem that needs to be addressed, we want the condo community to address it. So now we've created a service which is available to everybody, regardless of geographical location. We didn't want users to come in and not understand the system they were operating in and not know what outcomes they might get. So that's why we developed a system to provide prompts and direction along the way to help them determine if they even wanted to file cases. And we do that by publishing our decisions and making them available to everybody. We've seen a lot of people access the information, try to understand their issue. People are leaving satisfied. People aren't having to make the huge investment that they would in a traditional court case that was going through the courts, for instance. In our system, users are actually working together to solve their own problems.
The future for the CAO is very exciting. As I've said, we've launched initial services. We know there's so much more we can do, we can enhance them. We're going to be reaching out to condo communities, understanding how we better can meet their needs, how we can enhance our services. We want to partner with other organizations who offer online pre-conflict and conflict resolution services and share best practices and continue to grow as an organization so that we can provide the best services possible to condo communities across Ontario.